time and frozen in my mind. And when I call out your name, you are there to remind me of blame. I perforate the skin that holds us near. I'll pull you, push you, it's great to meet you, dear. When I leave a part of me. Oh, that part, I hope that you believe. Now I might ask you one last favor. Try to embrace those better parts of me. No, it might be hard with all that shitty behavior. And I don't believe in miracles. So I will go. With every kiss, I hope you're getting two. In every lie, I hope you hear some truth. And when I call out your name, it's okay to not feel the same. I perforate the skin that holds us near. I'll pull you, push you, it's great to meet you, dear. When I leave a part of me. Oh, that part, I hope that you believe. Now I might ask you one last favor. Try to embrace those better parts of me. No, it might be hard with all that shitty behavior.
He's chopping broccoli.
I should chop.
Like
I should
fucking-
chop. I should chop. Huh.
My Dana Carvey obsession. Shut your face.
Like Jim, I can understand. but you?
We'll get into it. Hello, peoples. Oh, Carla O is entering the room just to fuck everything
Look
up.
at that. She
Ta-da.
made it.
That's good. We run a real professional operation around here.
We show up.
Hubbard's Cave, triple IPA. It's a 10%.
Oh my God.
It's a 10% beer. Listen, we're about to talk about Caddyshack 2. Shut the fuck up. I need this. It's from a brewery actually in Illinois. It's called Un Annie Brewery. I don't know. We're cracking one open because this one is definitely going to be a shit show.
Oh yeah.
Kev, you want to count us?
Yeah, sure. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Motherfucker.
Good boy. It's all right. It's all right. Doing good. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Come on, Bobo. Come on. No. Come on. Now start running. Run. Come on. Run. Come on. Run, Bobo. Run. That's it. You got it.
Hello and welcome to Films on Tap, broadcasting live on Friday nights from 9 to 10:30 right here on govsradio.com. Or search for Govs Radio using the Boxcast app on your phone, tablet, or TV streaming device. Music for our shows is from our featured band Playing Dead. Search for them on Spotify to listen to their entire catalog and check them out on Facebook to see their upcoming shows. Links to Playing Dead and more can always be found on our website, filmsontappodcast.com. Get even more by subscribing to Films on Tap with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for additional content. So grab a drink and settle in for tonight's show with Tim Saliani, Carla Oberson, Kevin Scott, and Jim Travitt. And as always, the host of our show, Chris. Cheers.
I never wanna call you everything under the sun. And I still love you, baby.
Hello and welcome to the Films on Tap podcast, presented by Govs Radio. Tonight, we are in defense mode, something that we tend to be whenever someone calls us out on our shit, and that's exactly what we're going to be defending. Shit. Tonight's episode is us defending some of our favorite really bad movies. Some of them you've heard us sort of briefly glance over or gloss over throughout our discussions on the show, and we felt like after I made some comments about Caddyshack 2 last week that we really needed to put like a whole show around the fact that I like some really bad movies, and these guys do too. So that will be our show tonight. We're going to talk about some of our favorite movies that you know most people would consider not good, and not just like critics, because there's a ton of movies. Rocky 4 is like a 40% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's one of our favorite movies of all time. Like, you can't go by critics, but any normal movie-going human being would usually say this is not a good movie, and yet for some reason we love them. So that's the theme of the show tonight.
Yes, sir.
I've been drinking. So it could get weird.
Cheers.
It could get weird. Oh, let's get fucking weird.
I've been at a dance competition filled with Long Island dance moms, so I'm pretty much ready to blow my brains out.
That's weird.
That's like you should be drinking right now.
So what are you doing? Drink.
Yeah,
I
why are you
can't.
talking to us?
Yes.
I can't.
Yes,
I can't. We
you
have
can.
to be back at that place at fucking 6:30 in the morning.
Oh, come on, don't be a lightweight. You got plenty of time.
You'll be awake. You can function. You know.
I used to start drinking at 2 and wake up at 4.
I like how now we're defending our alcoholism.
Well,
We're just defending everything tonight.
Haven't been called out on it yet.
Amazing. 4 or 5 years of doing a show about just getting drunk on one night a week.
One night.
Fair. So
I need some
yeah,
practice nights.
that's true. I agree with your assessment of what a absolutely abysmally shitty movie is, Chris, and I do appreciate the fact that you recognize that your taste is trash. It's
not though,
It-
because as we'll discuss, these are great movies.
you're gonna fucking soak crates, Paradise Island, or whatever the fuck it is.
Temptation.
Temptation
Whatever.
Island.
Temptation.
So
I don't watch the
great.
shit.
Yo, one of the greatest shows of all time.
Listen.
Chris, I think we should start with Caddyshack 2. I mean,
Okay.
that's why we're doing the show.
Sure.
And hopefully you'll still be
Yeah.
alert enough to do it. So please, and we also have to say it's not so much that you love this movie, it's because you said it was better than the original film. That was the issue.
I said I enjoy it more than the original film. I didn't say it was a better movie. I said I enjoy it more. And that's not to denigrate Caddyshack, because that is generally considered one of the classic comedies of all time, and rightfully so. You've got an incredible cast, written by Harold Ramis, among others.
But if you had to choose one, you chose two.
If you set both of the DVDs in front of me, I'm going to all day,
Motherfucker.
every day. What? All day, every day. But
this is fucking abysmal. Like honestly.
Listen, I prefer Jackie Mason's Jack Hartoonian to Rodney Dangerfield's character.
Really?
Yeah, I do. Because he's rich. He's a little classier.
Well, that's what this movie's all about. It's all about class.
But he's a libertarian. He's trying to bring the Bushwood
He's a
Country
libertarian.
Club
That's
to the people. Okay. He wants to make it a fun place for everybody. He wants to build his affordable housing on a national. Oh, look at Diane Cannon.
You can fucking Chewbacca defense the fuck out of that movie. Okay.
So
Chewbacca. He was a Wookiee
real
from
quick,
Endor.
let me go back.
Therefore,
So the original
Caddyshack.
Sorry.
The original Caddyshack is a great movie. I absolutely enjoy the hell out of it. I've seen it a million times. There's so many classic lines. There's so many classic characters in it. Ted Knight is a great foil. But if you're asking me, do I prefer, I'm going to take Jonathan Silverman as sort of my main caddy all day, every day. It's got a better song from Kenny Loggins, who wrote the theme for both Caddyshacks.
I mean, that's debatable.
Nobody's Fool is absolutely better than I'm All Right. You put those two songs side by side, and it's not even a contest.
That go for dances to both, so it's good.
Yeah. But like the girl from that was like the teenage whore in Animal House that suddenly got the stupid Irish brogue in Caddyshack. Like, I could take or leave that. You still get Chevy Chase in Caddyshack too, and he's even more out of it in this one than he is in Caddyshack.
Completely phoned in.
And you still get Bill Murray, except it's Dan Aykroyd.
Exactly. With the high pitched voice. Come on.
Yeah.
You don't love that scene where he goes, let me get this straight. You pull and I suck. Come on. It's genius. It's genius writing. Okay?
It's genius.
And an incredible performance. It's just the set piece where Jackie gets locked in the closet when Diane Cannon shows up at his house, and he's gonna crawl out the window, and he shows up at the front door with like the rose bush in his hand. It's priceless. This is a movie that I grew up watching 6 times a day on HBO because it was just always on.
Sure.
Yep.
Always. And Caddyshack was a little bit like before my time, and I ended up seeing it after Caddyshack too when I got older, and really got into Bill Murray and all those guys, the Ghostbuster guys, and and so it's one of those things where
you've been conditioned.
I've got a soft spot in my heart for this movie. I just watched it the other night. It's still held up for me. Definitely laughed a lot. Sometimes just at the actual movie, but then also sometimes at how bad it is.
I watched it the other night too. And the whole entire time I watched it, I just kept on saying, he's fucking kidding me, right? He's kidding me.
Nope. The whole interplay between, Dan Aykroyd and Robert Stack, the Unsolved Mysteries guy who just decides he's going to be in Caddyshack too. I
like how you said Aykroyd.
Yeah, and he refers to him as Mrs.
like
Esterhaus. I'm telling you, listen, I think you guys need to. Tim, I know you did.
I tried, man. I tried,
but I think the rest of the group needs to watch it and take a look. Dude, the part where he turns the water off on the water slide.
Oh, I know.
And the guy's butt goes on fire. Come on.
I know, Chris. I've watched it like you did endlessly on HBO. Yep. I understand. I understand that there's a time in your life, and there was a time in our life where like you get what you get and you don't get upset because that's what we had. So it was on. So we watched it and watched it and watched it and watched it. It is in no fucking way better than Caddyshack 1.
I find it far more enjoyable. You get way more Gopher.
He talks. He fucking talks.
Yep.
He talks. He dances. He talks. Hey, baby.
Well, Chris, you hit it on. You hit it right in the head. The fact that it was on TV all the fucking time.
Yeah.
And we watch every week, and it builds over that. But also, there's probably gonna be a few sequels we discussed today, and it seems a common thread is that these are movies that on their own, if they're a completely different title, they wouldn't be considered as shitty as they are. But because you're in the shadow, we're much better. Because Caddyshack is a much better movie, classic film. It's going to look bad by comparison.
Agreed.
Of course, yes.
But also, we have no taste.
Yeah, and I've said it before. I prefer Revenge of the Nerds to Nerds in Paradise.
What?
To Revenge of the Nerds, which is a classic.
You didn't know that, Carla? Uh-huh.
And that's not even one of the movies I'm defending tonight.
No,
I've just stated that as fact many times on the show.
Yes,
and
You've
that is
ask him what he thinks about Secret of the Ooze.
And that is one that I think is actually a better movie than the first movie. I'll 100% acknowledge that Caddyshack 2 was not a better movie than Caddyshack. I find that Revenge of the Nerds 2, Nerds in Paradise, is a funnier, better movie than Revenge of the Nerds. Hot oral sex. I get Lamar in like 100 different outfits. I get No on 15. I get Barry Sobel. Give me Revenge of the Nerds 2, Nerds in Paradise, and Caddyshack 2 every day of the week.
Double feature.
Dude, I've watched Revenge of Crazy too, and just make it a triple.
I've watched Revenge of the Nerds 2 because it's been on HBO recently 4 times in the last month. And every time I love it.
We spent more time talking about this movie than I would care to even think about watching it.
Yo, I'm telling you, Caddyshack 2, if you haven't watched it in a while, give it a chance. Jackie Mason is great.
I've already watched one movie of yours that you said that you're going to be talking about tonight. I don't think I could do another. Never saw Caddyshack 2.
You're full of shit.
I've never
if
seen
you try to
Caddyshack
act
2.
like you didn't like walk like a man, you're full of shit.
Holy fuck. I can't wait.
But we'll talk about that later.
Okay, yes, we will.
Dude, Chris is getting fucking ornery drunk.
Listen,
Kev, you did mention that the sequels being overshadowed completely by their better originals. I know there's a movie that you had mentioned that you were probably going to bring up tonight.
Oh, Grease 2.
Yes, sir.
Definitely. Grease 2 is a shit movie.
Yeah. So Grease 1.
Let's be honest. Grease 1 is a shit movie.
Yeah. You guys have no taste whatsoever. Grease is considered a classic. It's
it's considered a classic.
It's got a great soundtrack. Blah blah. We've all seen it.
Great soundtrack.
I'm sure everyone's seen it 1,000 times. Grease 2 is a gender swap, barely coherent remake of the first one, and it's not good. But it's, for me, for whatever reason, I fucking love the shit out of it. Now, the first, after the opening song, the Four Tops, which I know it gets a lot of hate, Back to School Again. I actually like the song, but whatever. There's a lull. There's a fucking lull for a good 40 minutes. And this movie is almost 2 hours. There's no reason for this to be a 2-hour movie.
No, this movie has no business ever being made.
Ridiculous. No. Being made would be one thing if they actually had a script when they started shooting.
You didn't like we're gonna bowl, Kev? You didn't like that?
I didn't like the characters are introduced and then
motherfucker
disappear. And Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh god, Michelle Pfeiffer. I mean,
That's right there. Cool Rider is one of my favorite things of all time.
You know what? And that's why a lot of people like this movie because
Yes.
they love this song. And you know what? It's not a bad song, but the rest of the songs on that and that fucking
They
movie
had
are
nothing.
trash.
They had nothing because it's not like the musical should be like set piece, whatever. But they have to tell a story through song. This just like, hey, we're bowling, so let's sing about bowling.
Motherfucker! It makes me so
They
angry.
literally have nothing going for it. Now, wait till I try it out.
Wow.
There's more romance and rock and roll in Grease 2.
Just make it stop.
Yeah.
Talk.
I don't think you can.
Make it stop, please.
Okay.
That is literally the fucking song from Halloween 3, and I'm wearing the mask right now.
Going back to me a second. It's a shit fucking film. And like the first one where most of the characters probably after school had a job selling real estate, because there's some old motherfuckers in that movie. This one does it slightly better, but still, obviously it's going to be older actors and shit. I really wish that it wasn't a first-time director who was apparently a choreographer before this. Patricia Birch, I believe her name is. She was given the opportunity to do this because pretty much nobody wanted to do it. There was a couple of different stages of casting where Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta were supposed to reprise their roles, but they had a meeting and then that just didn't go anywhere. Jeff Conaway's Kinnicky was supposed to be the bowling alley manager, which would have been realistic for his character, but it's still like
he was too busy doing coke.
Probably. Like you don't want to see the characters from Grease after high school. Like there's no good story there.
Meanwhile, if he was the
happy
bowling
lives.
alley manager, it realistically would have been a year later because that's how old that motherfucker
this
was.
was 2 years after the first movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have made sense, but it's like
Yeah.
it's when you like the whole thing with sequels, if you have it whether it's takes place the next day or as in recently 33 years later, you don't want to see characters either become way too fucking old or get a new cast in that's just carbon copies but diluted carbon copies of the original. This movie was never going to work for the fact that you have the Grease fan base who were going to shit on it no matter what. You have guys who don't like musicals who are going to shit on no matter what. This was like the third fucking musical of 82, following Victor Victoria and Annie. Then you also have, it comes out like the same day as fucking E.T.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
I think in the like top five was the E.T., Rocky 3, one of the Star Trek movies, possibly something else. It was back then you had those blocks where as big releases, you'd have 5 fucking huge movies throughout the 80s. Now you get one maybe every 90 days or whatever. But it was a much different time, and then you have the idea that there was no need to make this movie.
Money.
Well,
no, they didn't make money.
Yeah. This is actually Kev, Tara prefers Grease 2 to Grease.
What?
She puts this on. She will choose to, like me and like you, she will choose to watch this one over Grease 1. She just for some reason she just loves the guy, the cool rider guy. She loves Michelle Pfeiffer in it. She just prefers. She's like I don't know. She like grew and maybe it was another thing where it was on TV more. I don't know.
It was on TV a shit ton. Like for me, I watched Grease. It feels like every fucking weekend as a kid, and I haven't watched that movie in years, but I have watched Grease 2 quite often. So I mean,
it's on kind of like it's oddly frequently on.
And it's also when it's available on Prime Video.
Okay. I gotta say, because you were talking about the 1 year out of high school. Plagino said the Porky's franchise stuck with the same actors and they stayed in high school. It's fucking amazing.
I still haven't seen the remake. No, they only made 3, but they had a remake that came out a couple of years ago that apparently was like played in 2 cities. I'm dying to see it. I know it's got to be horrible.
Oh,
it has to be the drizzling shits, but I need to see
it. So Grease 2, huh?
Grease 2, yeah.
Carla, what do you got?
Well, I was gonna start with I found I was just shocked to know that you guys loved the J-Lo movie Hustlers.
That's a
Hustlers?
badass movie.
that was
Really?
that was well regarded by a lot of people
Yeah.
and critics. So
I was
like, I
actually
wouldn't-
shocked that you guys liked them like that.
I don't know that's not really defending a terrible movie.
No, I thought it was a terrible movie, but I liked it. So I had to switch to my second terrible movie, which I love, and that is Anaconda. I'm staying with the J-Lo theme.
Wow.
I love that movie. First of all, you got Ice Cube, John Voight, Jennifer Lopez. You got an all-star cast and a fucking giant green anaconda that couldn't defies the laws of physics with how it moves.
Yeah.
John Voight has the best accent throughout that entire freaking movie. And that was probably the first movie that I recognized as going, wow, that's bad CGI.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
so
Just
bad.
looking back, I was
Snake
like,
is terrible.
The snake's real bad.
It's so bad, but it's so
Ooh.
good.
I like
So
that J-Lo
good.
still looked like a fly girl in that movie.
Yeah, she had the little
Like this
curly
is
hair.
before like glam J-Lo.
That's because she was supposed to be a documentary filmmaker. She was supposed to be an intellectual studying like a lost tribe of the Amazon.
mm-hmm.
She wasn't supposed to be all glammed up. She was really reaching. She was really going in there digging deep for some inspiration.
Who else? Oh, Eric Stoltz.
Eric Stoltz
I
is in
forgot
this
about that.
movie.
I fucking
I
forgot
completely
about that.
Wow.
Wow. The
Look at
guy
that.
who blew the Marty McFly role. Dick.
Dope. And
Look at this.
Owen Wilson.
Oh, that's
Owen
right.
Wilson.
Owen Wilson
Everybody's
is in
in
this flick too.
this.
And this is early Ice Cube too.
It's an anaconda
Yeah,
skin.
what is Is
Yo,
he supposed to be like Hispanic? Is that
I don't.
I think he's supposed to be Brazilian.
He is straight up going
Maybe.
Tony Montana. This entire movie. We're going to prepare. It's an anaconda skin. It's bad. It's completely bad.
Guys, you know, at one point in this movie, they blow up the dam and it rains anacondas. What more
They
could you
just
want?
throw snakes at them.
Owen Wilson looks like Dorothy Hamill. The fuck?
Here it is.
Look,
The snake.
it's just so
Wow.
terribly entertaining.
It's so funny too because they have a giant animatronic anaconda, and then like in the next shot, it's the worst CGI snake you've ever seen in your life.
Just absolutely fucking ridiculous, and really, like, what a great cast for that hunk of shit.
Yeah.
Like, it
Yeah.
really is. I think that's what I hate about it most is that they tried. Like, they tried. There was
It's
some
so-
effort put forth.
Not really, because it just kind of follows like just everything expected and just a shitty looking CGI snake that just moves in a way that a snake that large never could. It's just impossible. Everything that's going on.
Yeah, it's
But
super fast.
Yeah, but it's nonstop entertainment. You're just watching it. At least I watch it, and I'm like, all right, okay, all right.
No, I mean the J-Lo costume design. I'm never gonna get mad at that.
Yeah, cheers. Wet
That is-
t-shirts and come on.
That is true.
Stuff.
It's wet t-shirts, terrible accents, and a giant, poorly drawn snake.
And you know what? At that point, I'd watch anything Ice Cube was in because I just was a huge Ice Cube fan. So I was like,
and
oh,
then
Ice Cube's
Are
in
We
it?
There Yet happened. And then you're
That
like,
is,
all right,
yeah. Yeah. He did a St. Ides commercial the year after, and it was like, nah, man. Nah. Sorry.
Let's gloss over NWA, but I feel it. Yeah.
Oh my god. we used to do this thing with 40s where we called it dessert, where we would have a 40 and drink like half of it and then take one of the fruity St. Ides and
I hate
pour
you.
it in to fill up the rest of it, and it was
Yep.
like having dessert. I don't know. Sorry, he brought up St. Ides.
I drink the 40s in your fridge every time they're there.
You do.
I've taken at least 2 or 3 of your 40s.
I remember you got upset when the one that was in there was gone. Like, who took it?
Yeah, I was bummed.
You were from.
How dare you drink the fucking alcohol you bought?
Oh. Dude, there was an off-brand that we used to get at the fucking mobile on Spur Drive and Fifth Avenue in Bayshore called Big Bear, and they were $1.39 for a 40. It was amazing.
That's ridiculous.
And it had a giant grizzly bear with his hands up on the fucking label. It was incredible.
Saying, please help.
So shitty.
Unbelievable.
Oh, God damn it. Anaconda, huh?
Anaconda. And
Anaconda.
if you watch it and you feel so inspired,
That's
you
okay.
can watch Anaconda 2, Hunt for the Blood.
Oh,
Orchid.
don't do that. Don't
Oh,
do
yeah.
that. No. Don't hurt people like that.
Who's in
Where
that
they-
one?
Who cares? They at some point feature a ball of anacondas having sex. That's the highlight of that. There's a ball of anacondas having a big anaconda orgy.
And
No.
honestly,
Okay, I mean,
the
sold me.
ball from Critters 2 looks better.
No,
than,
Critters 2 is genius. Oh,
There you go with that word again.
Morris Chestnut is in Anaconda
Stop.
2.
Just stop.
Morris.
So
Shout out.
Morris Chestnut is in Anaconda 2, Hunt for the Blood Orchid.
That's what I just said.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. I was trying to pull it up. My internet.
He's also in the Best Man series.
Oh.
And Chris will defend him all day long.
Oh,
Tim.
Best Man Holiday?
Yo,
Help
that
us
movie
out.
sucks. Oh,
right, listen.
I was mad watching that shit.
So defending sequels is something I'm going to defend the sequel right now, and I don't know that. All right, so in the realm of House Party, in that world, House Party 3 is very close. Well, not very close, but it's close to House Party 1 in the terms of making me laugh.
Really? Dude, it's like the Home Alone 3 where it didn't even have Macaulay Culkin. Like it's barely part of the franchise.
You barely got Kid and Play, but you got
It's
House
so
Party
good,
3.
man. Come on, it's got Bernie Mac, who is not like that's the first time I remember seeing Bernie Mac being Bernie. Well, I mean, no, I mean
okay,
obviously.
He was young looking in this movie.
No, in that vein where you felt like he was hyped up Bernie Mac.
Oh, fair enough.
You know,
I loved him in How to Be a Player. I don't remember if that was before or after this, though.
I think it was after.
Was it? Okay.
I think.
House Party 3 really launched his career.
It's true. I don't know, man. Like the ex-con catering makes me laugh. I just gave Kev a really bad flashback. Oh man, what's the fucking? I'm actually. Oh, here we go. Yes.
Bachelor Party. All right.
Is this
Right,
the
he's
one that
getting
has another bad creation in it? The little ones, the little
Yep.
guys.
And TLC. Yep. It's so good.
Wow. Look at that jacket.
It's amazing.
Was that what's his face from Real World?
Yeah. Yes.
Dave?
Yeah,
It is,
yes,
right?
yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's this and Half Baked that he pops up in.
Yep.
There it is.
Wow. Oh my God.
Oh, dude, it's so good. Listen, you know, the dinner scene with Kid and his in-laws and Bernie Mac is one of the funniest. I'm a painter. I'm an artiste. Oh, what kind of painting? You know, kitchen walls, sinks, and shit like that.
Fair enough.
That is a fun dinner scene. Well, I never expected to ever discuss House Party 3 on this fucking show, so I'm losing it right now.
Tonight's the night.
I watched Class Act twice the other night because it was on.
I love it.
It was on the
Class Act.
East channel,
Love
and then
it.
it was on the West channel, and I watched.
So it would be House Party, Class Act, and then House Party 3 for me.
Really?
And
Those are
that's
your three
in the House
faves,
Party
okay.
world. Yeah, I mean, House Party 2, I think is trash.
It's a disappointment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
it.
the rest of the house parties, wow. Just wow.
I
I
don't
think there's-
remember 4, but I saw 5.
There's
That
6
was
of them, I
tonight's the
think.
night.
I think there's 6.
6 house parties.
I believe.
I know that.
Wow.
I know it's being remade. I don't know if there's
Really?
a 6.
They are
Yeah,
remaking
they
it.
are remaking. Yeah.
Yep.
Who are Kid and Play?
Two unknown actors.
They
Yeah.
did,
But they're
they
two
did
up and
how,
comers. Yeah.
Still
they did a
unknown.
How High sequel on MTV, and I literally had no idea who the people were.
Really?
Yeah. No.
It was like Little Yachty and somebody, right?
Yes, that's who it was.
Yeah.
Lil Yachty. I was like, what?
Little fisticuffs. But yeah, no, it's no, the house party movies. They have a special place in my heart. Obviously, I think the first one is a fucking classic.
Yeah.
Second one is disappointing because Robin Harris dies. Once again, story of I don't really need to see these kids after high school.
Right.
So going to college is like it just wasn't whatever. The third one has its moments. I will fucking give you that. It is. I can watch it and laugh. Yeah.
It makes me laugh in the same way that CB4 makes me laugh. Right?
Fair.
You know,
Fair.
it's like that where like Trust Us Jones and I forget what the fuck his name is in this, where he's making people eat his fucking toe cheese. Yeah, I don't remember his name, but he makes people he puts his toe cheese on a cracker and makes people eat it.
Which
is a rough one.
Good times.
It's just ridiculously funny to me. So it is close in my heart to the first house party. I don't know why.
That's funny.
Fair enough.
Oh, I don't know why. I guess because I said How High before, but fucking Baby Powder from How High is like the greatest character ever.
Come on with it.
Oh,
do you guys like
It's fucking-
D'Angelo,
dude? Wasn't he the villain in what's it called, the Class Act too? Was it
Mike Epps?
Tommy from Martin? Or was that Mike Epps was Baby Powder? I'm trying to remember.
Fuck me.
I think Mike Epps was.
God. How High?
Not a man, not a
I haven't
bitch.
watched that so long.
My daddy was a pimp. My granddaddy was a pimp. I'm talking about pimping since been pimping since been pimping since been pimping.
Yeah, Mike Epps was Baby Powder.
And you will
Tommy
always
from
be an
Martin
assistant
was the bad guy from Class Act.
I fucking love that shit.
God damn it.
I do.
All right. What's the next movie being defended? Because there's been some clunkers out there.
The only thing I can even think of is you're talking about you watch movies from the past and they stick in your heart as something that you remember as being great. I had a rotating, catalog of VHSs that I just had and, available. And it was like, pop it in, gotta watch it every time. And I had E.T. And I still remember the VHS for E.T. It had a green flip top for the black box. It was E.T.
Mm-hmm.
And I would still throw it to the side and put in Mac and Me. I would watch that more often than I really should have. But in my childhood, that was a movie that I remember as being good and just consistently watching it. It is a clear ripoff of E.T.
You think?
It is a advertisement vehicle for anybody they could fit into that entire movie. And it's got actors who never went anywhere ever past this.
Meatballs 3 was less of a ripoff of E.T. than that fucking movie.
I'm looking at the cast, and you're right. I don't see anyone
the mother.
that ever went on to do anything else.
The mother, and the only other thing is, I think a friend of the kid was Danny Cooksey, who was on Salute Your Shorts from Nickelodeon, and he played
Oh yeah.
Was he the little redhead?
Facts of Life, right?
Facts of Life, and the redhead kid from Terminator 2.
Yeah,
His friend in the arcade.
That's right.
He went on to do great things.
Kid's a douchebag.
Complete. But I just remember Mac and Me as being a great fucking movie.
Oh, it's so bad.
It really is terrible.
God, how old was I for this movie? I had to be maybe 5, 6. And It was just entertaining for me. I wasn't paying attention to the acting. I wasn't paying attention to how awful
You
these
weren't paying
sex
attention
doll-
at all.
how awful these sex doll looking aliens.
Communing with the earth spirits.
I can't explain my love for this movie, but I
Well,
do.
you know, you were focused on the fact that the kid's a bit of an outcast, Jim, and like, you know, you had this kinship with him.
All right,
You
fair
probably
enough.
made up your own little alien story. Somebody was your imaginary friend. I get it. I've been there.
So
This movie's shit, dude.
my brother Renee has the most flexible, like barely any cartilage ears possible. Okay, they're literally like just flaps of skin. So growing
Yeah.
up, I used to grab them and fold them in half and go Mac and me, Mac and me.
Oh my god.
Because you could very easily fold them in half.
Did you feed him Skittles and McDonald's and French
No, I
fries?
just folded them in half and then punched them. But
Honest to God.
looked
Are
like
you the
Mac
ones that
and me
got the
when I did
football
it.
team to fucking shove a pine cone up somebody's ass, too? Fucking poor kid.
And
Explains
the
a
only
lot.
the only thing that's funny is like Paul Rudd apparently shares my obsession with this movie.
Yep.
Like anytime he shows clips for movies that he's coming on, he goes on late night show, Jimmy Fallon or Conan, and every single time he would show the clip of when, you know, for some weird reason, a kid in a wheelchair decides to start rolling himself down a hill to look for the alien that he keeps trying to explain to his parents that he sees, and just as he's about to turn back, weird, the wheelchair
roller
runs
coaster,
away
there you go.
on a roller coaster, and he just falls into a ravine. Like Stranger Things style, this kid just full-on belly flops into the water, and, you know, the alien saves him. Don't worry, he's fine.
yeah.
The,
All right, he
the-
didn't hurt his legs.
But they showed that fucking... You suck. But they show that clip every
tore his rotator
fucking-
cuff from fucking.
It's still just sick. It sticks in my heart as a movie that I remember from my childhood that I love. If I watched
Yeah.
it again, yes, it would be completely terrible. I would laugh at how awful some of the stretching of these aliens, and I mean the CGI would probably be awful, but how they replace the awkward looking aliens to make them look even more awkward when he's being electrocuted on a fucking fence. When he's being sucked in through a vacuum hose because apparently they have no bones. It is ridiculous.
I forget. Did the
But I
cripple kid
love
name
it.
him Mac, or like how did he? Like,
I think
why
they
is
called
it
him Mac.
and me.
It was mysterious alien creature. Yes. How I know that?
I never knew.
Sorry. It's mysterious alien creature. They call him
And
Mac.
now I have to live the rest of my life knowing that I know that.
Right.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
The dummy on the fucking wheelchair when it launches off the cliff is my favorite part.
It's like
Of
Nordberg
this.
and Naked Gun.
It really is like Nordberg, yes.
But there it is, Mac and me.
You know,
Oh my goodness.
I will
The,
continue
uh,
to just love it.
the Mystery
help it.
Science Theater Gauntlet episode was Mac and Me was included in it, and it was it was pretty funny to like go back and revisit that because holy shit, it's bad.
I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to check that out. That's great. I'd rather watch that than watch Mac and Me again, I'm sure. But
It's definitely
Yeah, no, but
just-
but like that is
sticks here.
definitely like because you know I don't know Kev and Tim, if you guys would consider Caddyshack 2 a better movie than Mac and Me. I do, but that it's definitely one. Jim, you nailed it with a terrible movie that you just love,
but I love it.
because that movie is fucking terrible. Mac and Me.
Mac
oh my
and
God.
Me.
it's bad.
So Chris, what else you got?
So before we get to you know, my main event, which is Walk Like a Man, there's a movie that not that many people have seen, and it's not good. It's very cliched. It's very like the performances in it are just ridiculous. It's the worst acting C. Thomas Howell has ever done.
That's a big statement,
right? It's called Side Out.
It is.
It's a beach volleyball movie in which he plays a guy who used to be a great basketball player. He busted his knee. So now he's going to intern at his uncle, who's played by the guy who played Bernie, Terry Kaiser, his law firm. And basically his assignment for the summer is to hand out eviction notices. And Peter Horton plays a character, Zach Barnes. Who is an amazing volleyball player who is now like a pro, like kind of one of those golf pros, but it's for volleyball at a country club. He barely pays his bills. He doesn't pay his rent. So he's basically assigned to evict him. And through circumstance, he starts to teach him how to play volleyball, and they end up in a Jose Cuervo King of the Beach tournament by the end of the movie, beating some of the greatest real beach volleyball professionals of all time.
It is White Men Can't Jump mixed with a wet t-shirt contest.
With some of the worst volleyball playing you've ever seen. And as someone who played, organized volleyball in high school and watching like the scenes that they shot that are supposed to be like great, it's atrocious. Nevertheless, it's like, you know what it is? It's the Rocky of beach volleyball movies.
Get the fuck out of here.
I forgot that I pulled this. I forgot that I pulled the clip for this, and the second I saw the trailer for this movie, all I got was Kathy Ireland playing with the boys, and basically a beachside wet t-shirt contest. And Bernie, right there. But I legit think I want to watch this movie. I take back taking a recommendation from you. I think I'm actually going to seek this out and watch it.
I'm telling you, I think you guys will enjoy the so ridiculous it's good factor. C. Thomas Howell has several moments where he literally pumps his fists, and it's embarrassing.
My favorite scene, Rick Rossovich, Top Gun, volleyball on the beach. This is it. It's basically that scene in an entire fucking movie.
The movie uses playing with the boys. It's not just a preview. And they're playing Randy Stoklos and major beach volleyball players from
I fucking
80s.
hate that you know this much about this fucking movie. Are you fucking kidding me?
So so we used to play every year for 8 years in a row. We played beach volleyball at Robert Moses on Wednesday nights.
Yeah.
And our team name was Barnes and Clark.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm aware.
You played with us.
I did. It was a rough one.
Barnes and Clark.
Nice.
I love that. I out of the movies that we've talked about, I love that movie more than I love Caddyshack 2. I might love it more than Walk Like a Man. I don't know. But I love that movie. It's got fucking Duke from Rocky in it. It's got like I said, it's got Bernie, it's got C. Thomas Howell.
Yeah, you know what? If you go now, C. Thomas Howell, Terry Kaiser, and then back to what you originally said, we might know who's in there. We've seen it a million times. I can't believe it's the volleyball thing for you. That's what it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's because it is. I loved playing, and I still watch. That's my favorite Summer Olympic event to watch. I'll watch indoor college volleyball when it's on the Big Ten network. If I'm scrolling past and there's nothing on TV. But the irony is the volleyball in the movie is shit. And the idea that these two bozos are going to take on and beat the greatest players in the world is just absurd. And I love it.
Why? It's fine.
I love it.
White men can't spike.
Hey,
I can't wait to watch it.
It's so, Jim.
Playing with the boys. I'm in.
All right. Wow. At least he didn't say Soul Man.
Side Out is great. No, it's yeah.
Side Out.
It's actually a worse performance for C. Thomas Howell than Soul Man.
Strange.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the appropriate response, but I'm probably going to be watching this.
I'm
telling you, I encourage everybody to watch it.
Look,
I'm
I
just
got
gonna
Walk
go
Like
put
a
on-
Man for free on YouTube, and I paid
I'm
too
just gonna
much.
put on Red Dawn. Thanks.
I sought out. I had to buy because this was before, like, before I started having access to movies online. I bought the DVD. It was out of print, and I spent $50 and bought the DVD from like Amazon UK.
Wow. Dude.
Wow.
Yep. Because it was always on HBO and then it disappeared. And I don't know why they didn't keep playing it because it's a classic. But
Here's how this is going to go the rest of the night. He's going to hop in his jacuzzi and we're going to get pictures of him watching this fucking movie.
it's exactly what happened the other night. We started talking about Caddyshack too. I was like, that's going on.
Oh my
I can't
God.
wait to watch Side Out again now.
Side Out. Invite me over. I'll bring the suit.
Jim, you're welcome.
All right, Carla, what do you got?
I'm gonna defend a remake.
Ooh.
And you guys are all gonna hate the shit out of this.
Oh boy.
I love watching, and I'll watch it every time it's on. Love Don't Cost a Thing, the Nick Cannon vehicle.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
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 I don't know.
Why? That's just,
Really?
nobody asked for that.
I don't
Nobody
think
asked for that.
anybody likes that movie.
Nobody asked for that. It's,
I like that.
Carla
movie.
likes it.
It's just me. I'm pretty sure it's just me.
what is it you like about that fucking movie?
Yeah.
It just,
That the S in cost has a dollar sign.
I find it so entertaining that it's like, they switch, like she's driving her mom's Escalade and she crashes it and she's like, oh no. It's just hilarious to me. I really find it entertaining. And I don't know, like I like the Nick Cannon like nerdiness of it. I like his little, like I'm building an engine and like I'm gonna go to Princeton and now I'm gonna be popular too. It's just hilarious. I don't like, you really don't find it entertaining at all.
It really
Nobody?
brings out the pressures of popularity in high school, just the maintenance that you need to go through just to maintain that level of popularity amongst your people. It just, you have to go through a lot to really stay on point.
Did you guys like Can't Buy Me Love?
Hell yeah.
Of
Like
course.
that?
Of course.
Okay. So,
Christina Milian.
She is very attractive.
To this day, she still is.
Yeah.
A shot.
I just hit him. I just can't. I can't.
this was before he was hateable. This is pre Mariah Carey. This
It's
is
It's
No.
pre-turban Nick Cannon.
Well, no, even no. No, I just remember fucking Chappelle being like, "Fuck Nick Cannon." Nick Cannon gonna put food on your plate.
right
I
there.
can't
Crashes, and she's dating an NBA player.
Yo, Daddy, Nick Cannon, hilarious.
This is a movie that you picked.
You like honestly, what is it about this? Because it's real bad. It's bad.
I just really find it entertaining. If it's on, I'll watch it. I don't know if it's like terrible fro that entertains me, or I don't know. Just if it's on, I watch it and I enjoy it.
So basically, he's all that.
It's he's all that. It's Can't Buy Me Love. It's whatever. It's the same theme
Well played.
over and over again.
Wow.
And his personality is awful throughout. So I'm not sure what exactly she falls in love with. I don't know. I find it entertaining. I'll watch it every time it's on. I will.
She likes his spoken word poetry. I think that's what it is. Yeah, I mean, I would fast forward to the Christina Milian cheerleading scenes, but that's probably about it. That's a good one, Carla.
I mean, at that point, just shut it off and put on Bring It On.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Real
Love don't cost a thing.
Yikes.
Oh,
All right,
wow.
Kev.
Oh, I don't know how to follow one up. Well, I think we can all admit we all love Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Sure.
And the one movie of his that I will defend to my dying day, Last Action Hero. This is a
I
movie.
like that movie.
I think it's a great movie. I think because of what happened to it when it was released, that's carried with it to today, where it's looked at as a huge failure. I mean, it opens up in the fucking shadow of Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
And you had a couple of movies like I think Sleeps in Seattle, The Firm, In the Line of Fire. There was a whole bunch of shit. Once again, we used to get good movies all the time.
Yeah.
This was Schwarzenegger's big return right after Terminator 2. It was 93. He was supposed to own the summer. Dinosaurs came out of nowhere, took it from him. It's one of those movies where I can say that it is it's not great, but editing could have saved it. You chop off about maybe 15, 20 minutes. You pump up the some of the actions, but not so much over the top. And you actually add humor, which was a sad thing that the satire is missing. It'd be a great fucking movie. And maybe the kid wasn't in it.
You go satire heavy. And
I was gonna say I hate that.
And that was the second movie.
Yeah, the fairy tale magic ticket idea of the film. You go satire, and this ends up being an extremely good movie. But
Yes.
no. It draws in the kids because you have the kid. It draws in the movie magic because they make fun of it. But it's you're 100% right. The editing could have done better with this movie. I do agree with you in some aspects. This is a bad movie, but it's an enjoyable movie.
They were like, hey, let's make the Purple Rose of Cairo with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, exactly.
Which could work.
To be or not to be.
When you get
Not
to
to be.
the I don't want to spoil it for anyone. Sorry guys. When you get to the climax,
The movie came out 30 years ago.
and no one's ever watched it. But
I saw it in a theater.
they had the idea of like, you can use this ticket to bring back any of the bad characters of film to fight Arnold. And that's a great opening for holy shit, what could we actually pull out to have a climactic battle? And they go from the motherfucker that he already defeated in his movie universe. And it's like that's kind of dumb.
Yeah. Jim, I think I told this story. The
You
8th
did.
grade science teacher that owned Port Jeff Cinemas.
Imagine
Propose
if
to
you
the
had
class.
the choice.
He goes, guys, what do you think I should get for my movie this summer? Jurassic Park or Last Action Hero? Everyone in the class said Jurassic Park, and he goes, shit, I bought Last Action Hero.
What's going to bring the crowds to your theater? Arnold
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger or some Cameron flick? I don't know.
Yeah, that's oof. Surprised he's still in business. But he definitely is because Jim went to see Detroit there.
Right?
Yes, I did.
Instead of watching The Big Sick.
Yeah. And apparently lives in an alternate universe where James Cameron directed Jurassic Park.
I'm glad you caught that.
Sorry, same difference. Somebody important. Oops.
Oh my God. I know you guys haven't watched it, but I told you about it. There's the show with Josh Hutcherson on Hulu called Future Man. And it's the one in the Hulu commercial where Lincoln goes, this is the worst experience I've had at theater. And then Jesus sort of rolls his eyes.
Yeah.
It's actually a really great, funny, weird, offbeat show. And there's an episode in the first season where they're like going back in time and they go to James Cameron's house. And it like straight up just makes fun of how ridiculous James Cameron became, like, in, like with all the like, the where he thinks he's like a scientist and shit. And it's just a really good episode of a really funny show. But anyway, check out Future Man. Yeah, you know what, Kev, to me, this was always like that, like sort of next tier lower Schwarzenegger.
Fair.
Like it wasn't like Raw Deal is terrible, but I love it. There's so many.
That's a completely different kind
There's
of thing.
so many
Yeah,
great one-liners in it. It's just so bad that I love it. This is not like a terribly made movie.
No,
it's just, you know, like it didn't hit for me. Like I watch Eraser more than I watch Last Action Hero.
Well, so that's where I kind of come into this, where it's like Eraser, 6 Day, End of Days.
Yeah,
he had some real clunkers towards the end of the 90s. This is a superior film to those.
It definitely is.
And it's kind of fun that we always, when you hear Last Action Hero, you immediately think that was a huge bomb. It was. It lost a shit ton. I think like $26 million it lost, but it is enjoyable if you say, fuck it, I don't really care about the logic of the movie because a lot of shit doesn't make sense. You have the kid character who it's, you know, I always hate shitting on kids in terms of, you know, their job in a movie, especially their first or second time out. It is what it is kind of thing. If you probably get it close to a hard R, it could have worked if there was some kind of way to manipulate time to where this comes out the same time in Schwarzenegger's career, but after Scream. I think audience would have been a little bit more open to it.
Yeah.
Because like you don't really want to watch the guy that you grew up loving as the action hero spoof himself.
Sure.
Yeah. It doesn't really work so well.
Yeah. And if there's a villain actor Hall of Fame, Charles Dance is at the top of that class.
Yeah.
He is incredible.
Yes.
What, you know, in everything that he does. You know, Tywin Lannister is the king of just, you know, like a motherfucker. Yeah. In those movies, you know, like Sweet Brother Numsy. He's great. He's just like he's one of the greatest like bad guy actors of all time.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nigel, by the way.
It was fun. That was fun. Wow.
Tim.
Wow. Yeah. So I think we did this one time and you guys were like, wow, you fucking don't like this movie, but fucking Dead Man on Campus. I saw Dead Man on Campus, like a sneak preview of it. Like we literally got cards that we had to check whether we liked it or not. And I fucking love the shit out of Dead Man on Campus. It's first of all, Mark Paul Gosselaar is the fucking shit in this movie. He's the best. The kid from American Werewolf in Paris, what's his name? Tom
Everett Scott.
Yes. Tom Everett Scott, right.
Yeah. He was also the kind of the lead guy in That Thing You Do.
Yes. I don't like that movie though. I don't know. But let me tell you something, Dead Man on Campus is fucking amazing.
Oh my god, who I'm trying to look to see.
You're looking.
I'm trying to see who like wrote and directed it.
Good luck.
I don't know.
It's an MTV production.
But well, who is it? Lachlan and Rowe was in that. Is that my thinking? Yeah.
He's the baby dick guy from Scary Movie.
Yes. Yes. And he plays just a complete psychopath, Cliff O'Malley. And he's just the fucking worst. And it's the funniest goddamn thing ever. What was it?
Hosted Nickelodeon Guts. Wasn't that Cliff O'Malley?
Was it? I don't know. But
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, either way. You Eagle Rivered me. I was like, what?
Isn't he the bartender at Irish Times?
Oh wait, that's Mike O'Malley. My bad.
Every neighborhood got a kid. Pepper shirt run real fast.
Pick his neighbor, you know. Wow.
I mean,
no, we don't. But that's not stopping cause.
Nothing stops him.
That was well played.
Yes.
Look, Dead Man on Campus is hysterical. Oh, yes.
The trailer for this is confusing as fuck. It's like death, destruction, riots, and peace. And
It looks like the
this
trailer for
film-
Higher Learning.
That this film is what we need to get us through this.
It was one of the first MTV productions too, I believe.
What time is it?
7:15. That sounds right.
Yeah.
Was it like Joe's apartment the first?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Joe's apartment was the first.
Yeah.
Why do we know shit like that?
I don't know.
Like, really seriously.
because math. I don't know.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh, and yeah, well, what's his name's in it too? From How I Met Your Mother and
Jason Segel.
Jason Segel, right?
Yeah. And what's her face? Alice Bandcamp from American Pie.
Allison.
Allison Hannigan.
Yeah, right. Allison Hannigan. Also from Freaks and Geeks, Linda Cardellini.
Yep.
Yep.
Yo, she's like super. There's a scene in or not even a scene. It's in Scooby Doo where they go to the island, the like amusement park island.
Scooby Doo.
And she becomes like bad Velma.
Mm-hmm.
And holy cow.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth watching.
Zoinks. Anyway, Dead Man on Campus, check it. Oh God. All right. Who's up? Chris? Or Jim?
Jim only has talked about Mac and me so far, so he's got to give us another one.
Yeah, this is the moment. This is
Is that a hint?
we've been leading up to this battle, I think, for about 4.5 years, all of us. You've given me shit for it.
Oh.
I've loved it for forever. And I'm really hoping somebody else.
Oh, motherfucker, really?
How do you not love the story and the comeback of not only this group of ROTC kids, but Major Benson Winifred Payne? and his
Chris walked
journey-
away.
and
He knew
his
exactly what he was doing.
Of course.
Of course. Major Payne.
Got to be somebody that needs some killing, Chris.
Well, okay. Quotable. Right.
That might be the statement of the night. Quotable.
It's a quotable movie. I have a fond memory of sitting down watching this with my brother and my mother and father.
Yes, the whole family.
We
The whole family. I
sat
remember.
down, rented it from Blockbuster Video, and died. We had to pause the movie, rewind it, and go back and rewatch when he goes through his flashback of the war while he's trying to put Little Tiger to sleep to the Little Engine That Could story. Just the and hey, you know, Bam Bam Bigelow. I don't ever remember seeing him ever again in anything, let alone you know. God, you got
He's dead, right? He died.
He's dead. Yes.
Yeah.
He was a WWF guy from the 80s. He's dead.
It is fair.
It didn't go well for him.
No. Well,
But I love.
of course it didn't. He was in Major Pain.
I love Major Payne. You know I love Major Payne. We've talked about how much I love
Yeah.
Major Payne, and I've got nothing but shit for it.
It's responsible for one of the greatest moments in the history of the show, the extended universe of the show. I was relatively new to the group, and you were too, Jim, I believe. And it was, I think it was the first time that I saw Kevin fall out of his chair and not get back up for several minutes.
Look, Damon
You
Wayans-
played us like a fucking violin when you introduced that.
Look at this man.
Look at this.
Fighting's no longer done in the battlefield.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm with Jim on this one.
You can't deny that this performance is fun.
Now all the blood is
It's
shed in the
good.
halls of
You know,
Congress.
he plays it as ridiculous as possible, and you have to expect
There's
that.
no one left.
Yo,
I mean, I prefer him
own
in
Major
Blank.
Pain.
You really?
Yeah.
I prefer Sergeant Bilko and McHale's Navy to this.
Okay, McHale's Navy, awful movie.
Come on, he's got that kid.
Loved him very bad. Oh yeah, and you got the Shermanator from American Pie. That's about the only actor that ever came out of this besides Damon Wayans to do anything extra in this. That's it. The old man who was the grandfather from Christmas Vacation.
These kids need a minor miracle, but what they've got is a major pain.
Hi, I'm Emily Walker in the
Oh, that's right, duh. Emily Bennett.
You need to
not
be
Emily
more
Bennett.
sensitive.
Fresh Prince. I'm sorry.
Dude.
Hillary from Fresh
Hillary
Prince.
Banks, thank
His
you.
methods may be madness,
But yeah.
I mean, just watch Blank Man.
Yes.
Same
Yes.
concept. Same concept. Better movie.
Or Mo Money.
Eh,
Blank Man is the superior film.
It is. This is the one movie where you could say that about Blank Man.
I will defend Blank Man. I'm sorry. I love it.
I love Blank Man. Fuck.
Blank Man. I love
I'll
Major
watch.
Payne.
I'll watch Blank Man every day.
I
can't
literally
stand
have
Major
never
Payne.
I've never seen my father laugh harder than when fucking Damon Wayans is in the precinct and the cops are just fucking laughing at him. And they go, wait, hold on. Tell them who you are. And he goes, I'm a crime fighter. And they all start fucking dying laughing.
G5!
And I never seen him laugh any harder. So I maintain that is the superier movie.
I've never seen my dad laugh harder when he sits there and goes, and Bubba come crawling out the back door, both legs missing, and he's kicking his legs real fast like this. It is the funniest fucking monologue I've ever seen from Damon Wayans.
Wow. Oh my god.
I love it. It's ridiculous. It's a terrible movie. I love
Oh,
it.
that's fucking hysterical.
Oh.
Wow.
You're right about Blank Man, but I love Major Payne.
Oh my goodness.
God
The
damn it.
funniest monologue.
Carla,
you've
what do you
ever
think about
seen.
Major Payne?
Deal with it.
I said I liked it. I don't know how it made it through. I thought if three of us liked it, it wouldn't go through.
No.
I don't think any of us
It's
believed
two of us.
you when you said that.
I don't know how you guys doubt my shitty taste in movies at this point. Like,
I mean, she's got a point.
Major Payne is a fine piece of cinema. Next.
Wow.
I don't know if I'd go that. I don't know if I'd go that far, but I enjoyed it, which probably
I
should
thought
let you know. I mean, I can admit I enjoy terrible movies. That's it. If I like it, it's probably shitty.
Well, no, I enjoy this movie, and it's terrible. I don't necessarily enjoy terrible movies.
Oh, I love terrible movies.
Like love don't cost the thing.
Anaconda.
Ugh.
So
Yeah.
who is next? All right.
I think back to Chris, right?
Yep.
Is it time?
So I've talked about this movie many times over the course of the show.
We're gonna need to speed it up too. It's 10:10.
Hey, listen. We could basically you could basically condense the movie down to the next 20 minutes if you really
well, if you only tell
really
5
wanted
jokes
to.
once, you'll be all right.
So
I mean, he's got a point there.
You
Yeah,
guys love a long intro.
it's called a setup.
It's a build-up.
It's a long ass intro. What movie is it?
You just jump to the punchline. Is that
What-
how
what
you
mo-
tell jokes,
just-
Carla?
You just want you just want the money shot. Forget
Just-
the
Right?
you know.
Just
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
what
let's be honest. We all just want the money
movie
shot.
is it?
It's a classic. It's like and it might have been the same year that Caddyshack 2 was on HBO
It's
constantly.
1987.
All right, so Caddyshack 2 might have been 88 or 88 maybe. But this is a movie that was on HBO constantly. I was vaguely aware of Howie Mandel's genius up until that point.
So is he.
I just like watching Carla's face when
It
you said
had-
Howie Mandel's
Yeah,
genius, and it's like the life drained out of her eyes.
Right? Walk Like a Man is one of the great comedies of the 80s. Okay.
Chris.
It's one of the great comedies of the 80s. It's got, and the best part is, it's the plot of Disorderlies, but with a guy that's raised by wolves instead of an old guy in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, Christopher Lloyd plays the son of this rich old guy who is he's severely in debt. His wife, Colleen Camp, is an absolute just nasty drunk. And he's in line to inherit his father's money. And it comes to light that years earlier, they were for some reason sledding out in the mountains.
You're missing this. No, he was a gold miner, and he's bringing his fortune back to civilization. And unfortunately, they dropped their infant child along.
Right,
the way.
they had the baby. Yeah, the baby was on like a dog sled and got lost.
I
couldn't.
I don't appreciate the fact that you think that it takes 3 fat boys to make one Howie Mandel.
Listen, I'll go. I go to the mat for Disorderlies too. By the way, I love that movie.
Love it.
Love it. But I've watched Walk Like a Man more, and it's it's a movie that I grew up with. It's a movie that I've watched a few times in the last couple of years. I actually, because I couldn't find it like on any of the streaming services, I downloaded a torrent and burned it to DVD.
Chris, it's free on YouTube.
Chris, Howie Mandel will come over and act it out for you if you buy the cement.
Here's the thing. I don't want to be interrupted by ads when I'm watching this movie. You know,
takes away from the experience.
When he says, Tim, you pointed, or Jim, you pointed it. When he says, "Are you a homo?" and he says, "No, I'm a bobo."
I'm a bobo.
Come on.
Come on.
Genius. The blind guy.
You keep on saying this word.
The whole mall
I don't
scene.
think you're using it the way it's meant to be used.
The how many times does he ruin the next door neighbor who
3.
played Lorraine's dad in Back to the Future? Yeah. He runs out at night and dances around in the wet cement, and then the guy loses his shit. And they play that joke multiple times in the movie. It gets better every time. It gets better every time.
Dude, the plot of this movie is that a kid who was raised by wolves, who was thought to be lost from his parents, wrote down in a will that if he returns by his 30th birthday, he would inherit the fortune.
Yep.
And Christopher Lloyd's lawyer friends decide to say, well, if you just have him sign his name on this piece of paper that'll hand over the fortune, you'll be perfectly fine, because he squandered that away. And so Christopher Lloyd hires this woman who's a wolf studies.
Whisperer?
She's like a scientist of some sort.
Yeah,
it's Amy Steele, the final girl from Friday the 13th Part 2.
And basically hires her to retrain Bobo Shan. His name is Bobo. To basically become a human again, bring him back into civilization, and get him away from his wolf-like ways.
Did the wolves name him Bobo?
No.
No.
It was his nickname that his parents gave him.
Yeah,
No.
so
it was the gopher from Caddyshack too, because he could talk.
Cloris Leachman plays the mom, like the whacked out mom. And
a happy helper.
This fucking trailer.
Many shaggy dog stories, but none more amazing than the story
amazing.
I'd rather watch a movie about Legume World.
discovered in the wilderness.
I can't hear this guy without thinking Pablo Francisco.
Look
at him.
By wolves.
Returned to a world he doesn't
He chases fire engines.
Yes, he does. And the scene when
even after he's supposedly rehabbed and made back into a human.
When they get to court,
Look at him.
I see that the lady that was chasing
the blind guy walks right into the pole. Come on, it's a classic gag.
And he tries to drown him. Literally tries to drown him.
Yep.
Once your brother puts his signature on these papers, he'll sign over all rights to his inheritance to you.
Oh wow.
B-O.
Or will this dog
Come on.
But yeah, the scene when he goes into that mall and he's getting changed in the dressing room and he ends up in the room with another guy who's just freaked out by him being there. The guy turns to Howie Mandel and goes, "Are you a homo?" And he just goes, "No, I'm a bobo."
Listen,
that was the only moment that I actually laughed.
You don't
in this
you don't
movie
get better writing
because
than
that is the worst fucking line
I want to
I've ever
know
fucking heard.
who you think the better physical actor is. Okay. Howie Mandel or
B,
Andy
B,
Serkis?
choice B.
Oh. Well, if I'm talking about physical actor,
Motherfucker, stop. Just stop.
He's
Stop right now.
He's about to debate it. He's about to debate it.
Jim
So
Carrey.
clearly Andy Serkis is responsible for some of the greatest, motion capture characters of all time. But if I'm thinking about physical comedian,
Oh my man, no.
then it's Howie Mandel.
Don't do this. Don't do this right now. Stop. Just stop.
I mean, he basically, like that transformation's not easy to go from a wolf boy.
You're right. You go from a wolf boy to looking like a guy who basically got hit in the head and has been that way since.
Except that he was never acting like a wolf. He's acting like a dog. So the audacity to criticize "Love Don't Cost a Thing," that cinematic masterpiece.
Well, a wolf is a dog, by the way.
They don't act like dogs.
What?
They don't
Wait,
act
what?
like dogs. Wolves and dogs don't act the same, or else a dog will rip your whole face off. It's not the same.
They do a lot of the same things.
I mean, I saw Cujo.
Domesticated.
I mean, domesticated is a big deal. Like your cat doesn't act like a mountain lion.
Mine does. Fuck that motherfucker.
Right. And that's why Bobo runs outside at night and
Wolves
fucks
don't
up
chase fire
the next door
engines.
neighbors. They would if they lived in the city.
They do. They don't. They live in Central Park. They leave the fire engines alone.
Because they're behind bars.
Right.
Do they
Wild wolves are in Central Park.
You didn't know that was a thing? There are wolves in Central Park.
X.
No,
Yeah,
there's
they're in the
rapists Central
brambles
Park.
and they pull guys' pants down.
They actually
They're called
specifically
bears.
look for sidewalks that are freshly paved.
Right.
Yeah.
Listen, Walk Like a Man is an 80s classic.
No, it's not.
No,
It
it's
is
not. No, it's not.
It's fucking
No,
not.
it's not.
It's an amazing comedy. Howie Mandel literally puts in the performance of his career.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Didn't he win a fucking Emmy for St. Elsewhere? Am I wrong about that?
He might have.
Not sure.
He might have, but
The
Walk Like a Man
performance
is,
of his career.
Walk Like a Man is a better overall performance.
That made like
It just is.
That made $460,000 in the box office.
Oof.
It's about 462.
Not
much.
nearly enough.
Yeah,
People,
Chris,
that's the thing.
I can't
is
wait to watch Side
They didn't
Out.
market it well. They didn't market it well.
They couldn't.
This is a great fucking movie.
Oh, damn marketing.
You know,
Telling you.
they say the best things come in threes. They did jokes 3 times. They played Walk Like a Man 3 times.
Sure.
This movie.
That's a classic song.
It is.
They really did. It was like that Hitman movie with Taraji Henson, right? Like where they just
Mary.
right, Proud Mary, where they played Proud Mary like 8 times.
Walk Like a Man is 1,000 times better than Proud Mary.
You know what? I hate to agree. No, it's not.
Yes, it is. You know it is. Don't even lie.
It's not.
Walk Like a Man is the best movie we've discussed tonight.
What?
It's not even close.
You are out of
You're
your
right.
mind.
It's not even close.
It's not even close.
I can't
Not
wait to
even
watch
close.
Side Out. I will never watch Walk Like a Man again.
I watch it at least twice a year.
You got me covered then. You watch
Bro.
it for us.
It's a hilarious piece of cinema.
I mean, I hate to look down on you. I own House Party 3, but I mean,
It's definitely a piece of something.
that is true.
I'll watch this movie on repeat before I watch 5 minutes of Love Don't Cost a Thing.
But then you'd be wrong. You'd be incorrect. That'd be a wrong decision.
You're missing out.
No.
Please.
Do we need to sing the song?
No.
It's all right. You know, you guys will one day you'll figure out what real comedy is.
All right, look.
Yeah, when I'm as fucking senile as Cloris Leachman in that movie.
One day you'll get it.
Cloris, the mother from freaking Johnny Dangerously is more funny than Cloris Leachman in that movie, which is unfortunate because I love her.
Once.
But that's the amount of times that I've now watched this movie and will never watch it again.
I'll watch this movie any day over Johnny Dangerously.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
What the hell are you talking about?
Absolutely. It's not. I wouldn't even bat an eye.
You lost your mind.
Yes.
I wouldn't even bat an eye.
No.
Dude, come on.
No.
That's just crazy talk.
Yeah.
That's just crazy talk.
When a guy who's seen Super Troopers 2 more than 15 times tells you that,
Oh my God.
I like that you're not even like trying to defend that movie.
Nope.
Here's what I hate about this movie.
I'm a cutter.
Not only did people that a movie company paid money to have this made, fans paid money to have this made. This was a Kickstarter GoFundMe initiated film because Broken Lizard wanted to get this done for their fans. And that's what they did.
Let me tell you something right now. It's infinitely better than the Slam and Salmon.
Fine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
Fine.
That is fair.
I mean, it just is. It just is. Carla, you ever seen Super Troopers 2?
Thank you, Chris.
Wow.
Dude, Broken Lizard, aside from the first Super Troopers, is terrible.
Yeah, I mean,
what movies? Okay,
I like Club Dread a little. Beer Fest, I like.
Yes. Nah, I can't.
I like Beer Fest.
I like Beer Fest too.
I like Beer League better than I like Beer Fest.
Well, Beer League is definitely the better,
the superior beer movie.
Well, that would be Strange Brew, but fair enough.
But
you don't like Strange
I
Brew?
don't like Strange Brew, no.
Are you fucking kidding
I like
me?
Walk Like a Man better than I like Strange Brew.
You are out of your goddamn mind. You have lost your shit.
We talked about it when we did the bar movie. That movie's fucking whack. It's boring and not funny.
That movie's whack and boring.
It is.
While there's boring parts to that
you
movie,
have a fetish for accents. You really do.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't?
Well, all right. So no, it's
you love Fargo and all the Dakota accents. You love the Canadian accents in Strange Brew.
Well, maybe that's why I like Super Troopers too, because I think the Mounties are pretty funny.
Yes, that I'll agree with.
You love Farva.
I mean, come on. No, I mean, when's the last time anybody watched this thing?
The first time I saw
it. Tim's like last night.
I mean, I watched it last week.
Is that Lisa Marie Presley?
No, Linda Carter.
No, that's Linda Carter.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yep.
Wonder Woman.
She looks amazing. She looks amazing.
She's
Dobrev,
very good looking.
Rob Lowe.
Emmanuel Shriekery or whatever.
Yeah. And I mean,
Pledge of allegiance to the flag. Learn the words.
Where this movie falters is that they basically just put together a series of different sketches where they put them all in a situation and they just interact with each other without having an actual story behind it. Now, you get away with that with the first one, but you still had that understory of the cops were fucking letting
whose
people
station
run drugs.
is going to get closed, you know,
and the cops were running drugs from Canada. So I mean, and while it's not the greatest plot ever,
it's still a plot.
It's a thread of something to connect the set pieces.
You basically made the same movie, but you made it more awkward. But it's basically Police Academy 3 It is Police
but
Academy
with
3.
Super Troopers.
I don't know, man. There's lines in that movie that make me laugh pretty hard. Especially a lot of the ripping apart of the metric system and stuff like that. It's I don't know. It's fucking funny to me. So I will continue to watch it, knowing that it's not a good movie, but I want it to be. I think if I will it, it'll happen.
Yeah. On that 50th viewing, you'll be like, you know what? It is a good movie. It's good.
I mean, I really am. I'm trying to Patty Hearst myself into fucking liking.
That's that Joe Rogan. That's that Joe Rogan effect. If that's the only thing you listen to, it starts to make sense for a little while.
Kind of like you did with Walk Like a Man.
Hey. I only needed to see it once to realize how great it was. I've only continued to watch it because it's so brilliant.
Jesus. Kev, what was your third?
My third is actually one of my favorite movies of all time. Hulk Hogan and Vince McMahon locked themselves in a hotel room for a weekend and came up with this fucking script for No Holds Barred. And it is the greatest fucking movie of all fucking time.
R.I.P. Tiny Lister.
I watched that. I watched it about 2 weeks ago.
Did you?
Yeah, I sent you the picture. I was watching.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. I haven't seen it in so long, but I remember being a kid in the 80s and loving wrestling and loving No Holds Barred.
It's perfect. It's awful as shit.
I like that movie too.
Absolutely fucking awful, but it is fucking. It's a Saturday afternoon. I had a shit day. I needed to relax. No Holds Barred going on.
Sure.
Yeah. I love No Holds, but it's so terrible.
It's definitely the best of the Hogan acting.
Okay, Chris.
No, it is not. Have you seen the video? What was it?
Dude, the only thing that's close is Thunderlips, the Ultimate Male.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
What about that video when he's in the other world and he goes, that's not hot. And he's touching. What the hell was that bit? I know you've seen this with Hogan. There was some kind of a like a gimmick they were gonna do for wrestling. I don't know what they brought him into, but he goes into like this other world.
Yes,
he's walking around. I don't know where I am. I've never been in this place before. He touches.
Was that the video where? Was that the video where he's fucking Bubba's wife?
No. Wait, when he burps.
And Bubba's in the security room just jerking off.
Just whacking it.
He's got I Am a Real American blaring in the background.
He used to have
Here's
her
the thing,
wipe,
though, wouldn't you?
Wipe his ass with towels because he couldn't reach. Wow. No Holds Barred.
It is real fucking terrible, and I love every part of it. I love it. You've seen No Holds Barred, Carla?
What?
You've seen No Holds Barred?
I have, and I actually, well, I mean, not since since I was a kid, but I enjoyed it as a kid. I probably haven't seen this movie in. When did this come out?
It was 89.
Yeah.
I mean, probably 89. Is the last time I saw this movie.
This opened up number two, Indiana Jones Last Crusade.
I saw Last Crusade, but then the next weekend I went and saw No Holds Barred.
I actually saw this first.
Did you?
Yeah.
I really don't know. But I definitely sort of say both movies the opening weekend.
Yeah. No Holds. Yeah, I can't hate on it. Like, it's not good,
either.
but
it's not good at all. No.
For a nostalgia thing, like
I remember my dad said it was a piece of shit. I saw it with my dad. He was like, "That was terrible. Why did we do that?"
He's right.
Well, as he said, Joan Severance was hot in that movie.
I was gonna say not enough Coke, but then there was plenty of Coke in that movie.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot. The foundation was Coke shit. But Kurt Fuller is fucking amazing as Brill.
Yes,
that's one of my favorite villains of all time.
Yeah,
it's such an over the top performance. He almost seems like he's in a completely different movie at some points, but it just fucking works. It fucking works. And of course, Zeus. I fucking loved that whole storyline when I played out. But Tiny Lister is a great fucking actor.
Yeah.
Who I think we all enjoy him for a lot of his shit. Obviously, Debo, but he kind of like flies on the radar because you don't really think about him that much up until the point when he died. That's kind of a sad thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still beloved.
Oh, he's been in some great shit. He's always good. Always good. Who had Carlo? Did you have one more?
Yeah, I've got two that I'm going to admit to enjoying: Frozen 2 and Mulan 2. Nobody likes those movies except for me.
Chris just died inside.
That's
no, I mean,
right.
Frozen 2 was wildly successful, and I think a lot of people did like it, right? I mean,
not really. Like
not
kids
compared to
who-
the first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like kids want to see Frozen 2, wanted to see Frozen 2 because they liked Frozen 1.
Right.
But I don't think really anybody liked it in and of itself.
It was
except for,
definitely
me
like
and like
darker.
5 other people.
It was darker and had more of like a story than the first one, I guess.
And Mulan 2, there's no way anybody has ever watched that except for me and my older daughter.
Do you guys remember on SNL they did a sketch where it was all of the Disney movies that they were putting in the vault?
Oh yes.
And one of them was Aladdin 8 Jafar goes to the optometrist.
Yeah.
It's like better. No. So good. But yeah, I've not seen Mulan 2, so I couldn't tell you whether or not it's
Mulan 2
terrible.
picks up right where Mulan 1 left off, where you get to see that Mulan and her boyfriend are now together. And then the other 3 Asian Chinese soldiers, they have to all transport these 3 princesses to another kingdom, so they all fall in love, and then the princesses, are torn between like serving their duty as princesses to their country or being in love with these goofy soldiers.
And Mulan ain't having it.
And Mulan's like, oh, they're in love, and then like her soldier fiance is like, they have to do their duty, and it's very entertaining for me.
That sounds awful.
It's terrible. It's terrible. I love it. And it's still worlds better than Walk Like a Man. And I actually want to get it all out quickly and succinctly.
Oh way.
Yeah,
It's a shame
and I
they
wrapped
couldn't
it
get
up
Eddie
fast.
Murphy. It's a shame they couldn't
Yeah.
get Eddie Murphy.
That doesn't mean it was any better.
Worlds better.
Because you did it
Worlds
faster.
better.
Just
We
because
think
you
of
did
a
it faster
movie that
doesn't mean
might
it
be
was any
better than Walk Like a Man.
All of them. Literally all of every single one. Everyone.
Master
of them.
of Disguise is just awful. Who was the girl in that though? Because I feel like she was hot.
Oh.
Wait, in what?
In Master of Disguise.
Oh,
I don't remember.
Not a fucking clue.
Crud, I remember other things that she's been into. Fuck.
I think
Jennifer
and-
Esposito. Yep.
Yes, thank you.
She's like
Really?
the poor. She's like the poor man's Eva Mendes.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
I love Master of Disguise. I also, and by the way, I loved Opportunity Knocks. I saw it in a movie.
By the way, James Brolin plays Fabrizio Disguisi, father to Dana Carvey's Pistachio Disguisi. Oh my! And
It sounds great.
Edie McClurg is Mother Disguisi.
Mother Disguisey.
Oh, fucking Christ.
Holy shit!
Dana Carvey.
That
Dana Carvey,
movie's
he's a
fucking
righteous
awful.
dude. Dana Carvey's a righteous dude.
Oh my god! I mean, I can give you a little bit of Opportunity Knocks, but fucking Master of Disguise is terrible.
I think Opportunity Knocks is he was trying to make a Fletch.
Yes.
And it just wasn't going to be Chevy. So that's why people kind of frown on it. I liked it. I laugh at it a lot. I saw it in the movies. Master of Disguise is just the fucking worst thing ever, and I
God,
laugh
it's
every
so
time it's
bad.
on. I'll watch it. I love it.
Oh my god! Turtle. Oh Jesus Christ! Like I said, I you know, the only thing I take away from it was Jennifer Esposito.
It's fair.
Oh,
It's fair. It's no Mulan 2, but
right.
No.
That's
Right.
funny. They couldn't get, strangely, Eddie Murphy for Mulan 2 to play Mushu.
What?
But he is voiced over by a white guy named Mark Mosley, who apparently does every single Eddie Murphy voiceover through video games and animated series, from Shrek, Dr. Dolittle 3, He's been in a bunch of shit, and it's all Eddie Murphy characters that Eddie Murphy wouldn't do. The World of Mulan, Shrek 2.
He's basically Elvis.
Eddie Murphy did Norbit. So what the fuck? Like, can you imagine the cesspool of characters to voice over that Eddie Murphy turned down? Come on.
Well, they're all here. This guy picked up the bill.
Unbelievable.
Good on you, Mark Mosley.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen Mulan 2, so I can't really say. But I'll defend Dana Carvey.
Here you go.
Oh shit, it's on.
The whole trailer is all shit from Mulan, and then stuff from this movie.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's Silent Night, Deadly Night 2.
Meanwhile, Mulan is like the worst Disney animated movie. It's like,
shut your mouth when you're talking about Fa Mulan.
that movie sucks.
That movie is great.
Fuck, it sucks.
And now her legacy continues.
Look, see, there the princesses.
Presents Mulan 2, an all-new movie.
An all-new movie featuring everything that you've already seen in Mulan.
About true love.
Wow. Just fucking wow.
Mulan 2.
Turtle.
Turtle.
Was there
my
anything,
business, ladies, and business is good.
was there anything left? I feel like we left something.
Probably not. I mean, I've got 1,000 terrible movies that I love, but we don't have enough time.
We went through everything that we plan on getting to, and
all right.
Yeah. Good job, everybody.
On too. All right. Well, thank you for sitting through this shit fest. It's always fun.
Watch Walk Like a Man, Side Out, and Caddyshack 2.
It's free on YouTube.
You won't
Don't
regret
do it.
Yeah, you will.
Nope.
Lock up sharp objects and any weapons that you might have. Also, you may want to put roping away.
Roping.
Wow. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you, Govs Radio. Go to govsradio.com. Check out all the shows on that website. They're really pushing the website hard. They built a nice website. So,
it's awesome.
Watch the shows on that. Check it out. And check out all the shows on Govs Radio. I don't know what we're doing next week, whether we're going to be on or not, because we're at McGuire's next Friday night at 8.
Is that next week already?
Here's the piggyback. Carla's going to jump right in and say, "Oh, and she's there the following week."
No. I didn't realize that was coming up.
Oh no,
so
that's
fast.
next Friday. Yeah.
Wow.
So we're at McGuire's next Friday night. So get tickets at govs.com. Come check us out.
Live comedy.
And yeah, so we'll figure out what's what. Thank you guys. Chris, Walk Like a Man. I'll never understand. But God bless you.
You just gotta appreciate. You just gotta watch it a few more times.
No.
Tell me.
It's not getting any better than that.
It's gonna grow on you.
Good night.
Thanks for watching Films on Tap. We'll be back live every Friday night from 9 to 10:30 and catch all of our previous shows on demand right here on govsradio.com. You can also tune in next time using the Boxcast app to watch us on your phone, tablet, or TV streaming device as well. Check out our featured band Playing Dead on Facebook and Spotify for more of their music. And be sure to subscribe to Films on Tap with Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for any upcoming events, comedy shows, movie reviews, and additional content. And again, thanks for watching. Cheers.